Congratulations.
Thank you. If only they were holding it now, I'd be all right.
What was that?
What was that?
I won, but they weren't holding it.
Oh, I see. You understand that at all? Okay, who ordered the kosher meal? You ever been on those flights? I was on a flight a couple of weeks ago where the pilot had ordered a kosher meal, and his name was Captain Neil Weintraub. And during the whole flight, his wife stood right behind him in the cockpit yelling, "Turn left to the next cloud." I kid Tommy, and now you know why. But he's the only guy I know who follows Canadian football. I shouldn't be cruel. I should not be cruel because Tommy, as I said before, had a tragic childhood. He didn't have any friends. As a kid, he used to spend all his time playing Seek. I noticed in the newspaper today is an anniversary. Probably none of you are aware of this. It is the 10th anniversary of the death of the discoverer of Ventura Boulevard, Al Ventura. Al found it in 1840, and he knew he was in California because he started crossing the road on foot. And a cattle stampede stopped and waited for him to get to the other side. You see, out here in California, that does need a little explanation.
Yes.
Those of you from out of town, have you noticed the pedestrian out here has the right of way over anybody? If you're crossing and the car must stop. Matter of fact, if you see somebody in a building coming down in the elevator and you know they're coming across the street, you have to stop. Anyway, tonight I welcome you to Burbank. Ed says every night from Hollywood, we're in Burbank. Lovely community. I've recommended the place for your dining pleasure many times after the show. I suggest you go there tonight. They're having a kind of a holiday special. It's Vinny Abruzzi's Little Touch of Newark. It's a rough place. I was over there the other day, and the waiter says, we're closing early due to a fire in the kitchen. I said, when was the fire? He said, Vinny should be starting it any time now. Vinny is in a little trouble with the law ever since they found the speed bump in the parking lot with his former partner. It's a late-breaking news bulletin you probably have, and you'll probably see it in the paper tomorrow. Poppin' Fresh, the Pillsbury Doughboy, just got hit with a palimony suit from Mr. Bill. We're living in a strange country. I was thinking all day today, I wonder who'll get custody of the candelabra. You just don't know. Those of you from out of state, did you realize we had 2 earthquakes here last night?
Yeah.
You see, I did not realize it. This morning, there was one about 3 o'clock this morning. Anybody feel that one? And registered another one about an hour later, registered 5.3 on the Richter scale. Where were you about 4 this morning?
In my bed.
Did you feel it at all?
No.
How many really knew that there was an earthquake? Do you know what science is doing now, how they're determining when earthquakes are coming? They are testing cockroaches. I'm not making it up. Seismologists are studying cockroaches who are apparently super sensitive to Earth movement, and it's very painstaking research. The way it works is, these scientists intently observe a group of cockroaches for 24 hours a day until they see one of the cockroaches turn to another and say, earthquake. It's more scientific than that, but that's the basic summation. I understand today the Department of Employment just found a job for Ronald Reagan Jr., entertaining on the cheese and cracker line. I am still stunned at that news item in the paper yesterday about the wedding in Korea. Did you read that? The largest wedding in the history of the world. Presided over by Reverend Sun Myung Moon. He married 5,800 couples at the same time. What's that come to? To 11,000? How many? That's a lot of people. You imagine 5,000? He said, I now pronounce you man and wife. Duck, here comes the rice. And he said, you now may kiss the bride. And the whole country of Korea today is one large hickey. Well, what's happening politically? Apparently nobody watched the president's speech the other night, which I find very strange. It was on national television. Out here in California, we have a race for governor between Duke Magian and, you know who he's running against? Yeah, Bradley. And Duke Magian today threatened to really play his trump card. He's going to leak it to the press that Tom Bradley is... Now, here in the valley, we have another guy running, not the same one, Nuke Magian, who is a really law and order candidate, and he caused quite a stir today in the gay community with his tough new law, order moose, get the noose. Very tough. Very tough law. Well, there's one nice item in the paper. Today is Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's birthday of England. And they asked her what she would like for her birthday, and she said a week in the Bahamas with Prince Andrew. Anyway, we have a good show tonight. One of the funniest women I have ever known in my life, Joan Rivers, is here. And a lovely lady whom I have not met yet, but is Japan's reigning star on television. She does 3 different television shows in Japan. She is with us tonight, and I hope I pronounced her name right. Her name is Tetsuko Kuroyanagi.
Yonaji.
What?
Yonaji.
Yonaji.
Yes.
Kuroyanagi. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
Trying to say it again for me. Tetsuko?
What's that? Tetsuko Kuroyanagi.
Kuroyanagi.
Arigato.
Hi. Luckily, we both saw Shogun. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to say right at this moment, but I will after this, so stay where you are. We'll be right back. We welcome one of our new sponsors, the John Hancock Companies.
Thank you, Tommy. Tommy Wilson on the NBC. Yes, indeed. Recently, this network broadcast an editorial in which our station, WXYZZ, came out against hunters being allowed to indiscriminately kill animals in the forest. As you know, it is the policy of this station to invite qualified spokesmen to speak in rebuttal. Here tonight with an opposing view in favor of hunters is Mr. Floyd R. Turbo, Mr. Turbo.
My name is Floyd R. Turbo, American. This commie station says we should not kill innocent animals in the woods. This raises the question, kiss my ammo. Hunting is a challenge against superior odds. The deer has its cunning, its speed, its camouflage. All we have is a 12-bore shotgun and a Chevy pickup. Hunting is as much a sport as bowling. Only in hunting, the pin spotter gets killed and eaten. Hunters are self-reliant. Believe me, when you're walking through a forest, you have to look out for number 1 and number 2. Hunting is much more than just killing animals. It's also sitting around a roaring campfire with your buddies until somebody's beer can melts to his fly. Many great Americans have been hunters, like Daniel Boone, Teddy Roosevelt, and the guy who zapped Bambi's mother. People say we enjoy terrifying, defenseless creatures, cornering them and firing guns at them. This is wrong. They left out driving around with them tied to your fender and drooling on your hubcaps. I live for the great outdoors. The fresh air and the sound of a coyote howling at my moon. The do-gooders say deer should not be killed because they are cute and defenseless. Bull shish kebab. Deers are dangerous to hunters. How would you like to be in the woods at night and have something big and horny sneak up behind you? Don't get me wrong, I love animals. I always have. When I was a little boy, I remember getting my first teddy bear. I got him right between the eyes. On TV, they make such a big deal out of endangered species. If endangered species are such a big deal, how come you never see any of them around? These bleeding heart liberals make me sick. They ought to put their mouth where my money is. They talk of controlling our weapons. I, for one, don't want to get frisked when I enter a park. I have a constitutional right to bulge if I want to. They say hunters are sick. You try getting up at 4 a.m, drink a case of beer, then bounce around in a Jeep with 9 bad-smelling dudes in wool jackets, you'd be sick, too. I only kill in self-defense. What would you do if a rabbit pulled a knife on you? But I love nature. It is fun to stand on the edge of a mountain cliff at sunrise and hear your voice echo across the valley like this. As the good book says, there's a time to laugh and a time to cry, and a time to blow away a squirrel with a Teflon dum-dum. Remember, if God didn't want man to hunt, he wouldn't have given us plaid shirts. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay. Nice group tonight. How you feeling?
Terrific. That was a great turbo. That's
I
about
like
the best
Floyd
ever.
R. He really is American, isn't he? He really has perceived things in a good light. Somebody sent this to us just about the week before we had our 20th anniversary show, and I was going to read it because you start thinking of time passing by. This is a column that's been around apparently for a long time, but I think Dear Abby printed it in the Los Angeles Times, and it has to do when you're getting a little bit older. Have you seen this?
No.
How to tell when you're over the hill? And it gives you certain things to look for. One, everything hurts, and what doesn't hurt doesn't work.
Oh, does that say it?
You need your glasses to find your glasses.
Yeah.
Your back goes out more than you do. Here's my favorite. Your little black book contains only names that end in MD. You have too much room in the house and not enough in your medicine cabinet. Your children begin to look middle-aged.
Oh, that hurts.
Here's one that anybody of a certain age will empathize with. The policemen look too young to be policemen. Did you ever see that? I mean, they look like they're brownie scouts or something. The little gray-haired woman you help across the street is your wife. The last one is you can't take yes for an answer.
That's beautiful.
Just, you know, some of those. This is the latest copy of Los Angeles Magazine. And look who's on the cover.
What a cover. Look at that. Take a shot.
Look who's on the cover. That's a nice picture. Joan always talks about being, you know...
Unglamorous.
That's very glamorous. She'll be going to be headlining at the Riviera Hotel from October 31st to November the 3rd. Then she will be with David Brenner. They've been appearing in concert throughout the country. They will be in the Arena Theater in Houston, Texas from the 5th of November through the 7th, and then back in Long Island at the Westbury Music Theater from the 8th through the 14th. Would you welcome Miss Joan Rivers? Okay, now you see...
I need the stupid thing.
You need the little stool? You see what's happening now? It'll be Vogue next, Harper's Bazaar,
Sure.
Mademoiselle.
Yeah, that's been retouched.
Is there a little retouching
A
on this?
little retouching.
What?
Shot through linoleum. A little retouching.
The picture was shot through linoleum.
Nothing's there except my eyes and my nostrils.
Do they know what you're talking about when you say shot through linoleum? When they do movies sometimes, or even television, the cameraman would shoot through little gauze or something to kind of soften the face and
You
give it
hope.
You hope. This was through linoleum.
Linoleum. It just said, "Wait where you are." Think like that. I mean, yeah. Oh, I've had it. Please, I'm getting so old.
Oh,
come on.
You look very
the lowest.
Stunning
oh,
tonight.
Please.
Come on
No,
now.
this is a friend of mine made this. He's going to make a snooze to go over it. I mean, it's just... I've had it, Joe.
Oh, come on.
I went for lunch today. The waiter gave me a carafe of estrogen. I mean, that tells you... I'm so wrinkled. A tennis ball got stuck on my cheek. I mean, it's had it. God has fixed me.
It's going downhill.
And I went to the doctor. I said, "What should I do with all the liver spots?" He said, "Wear green." There's just no...
There's an ad on television. It's funny. We were talking about it yesterday. We won't mention the product, but it's funny. And you put it on,
right,
and it takes away those ugly brown spots. And then the guy says, if I can remember it, I have no names because we may get sued. It says, now, it won't work overnight, but if you use it, eventually they will disappear. Now, eventually could be, you could be in a hospital in a terminal tent, right? And you're dying. Yes, but look at that white hand. I mean, what is that? Eventually they will disappear. I mean, that's a long time.
That means they're lying. That's what
I didn't say that.
Are you scrubbing? No damn thing is coming off you. Oh.
No, you don't have any.
Well, that's because, I hope not yet. Give me a break. Something should be left. I mean, that's it.
You don't trust doctors generally anyway, do you?
Well, I don't like doctors with senses of humor.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
my
right.
father is a
and
doctor.
they all are young. They're all young again.
They're young, young and smart-ass.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yes, I know.
like, I said to the doctor the other day, I had a bad cold because the flu was going around California, you know.
Yeah.
I said, I guess the reason I got the flu, it's going around. My doctor says, yes, so is Warren Beatty. You don't have him. I don't need that. I don't need that. Doctors are so smart. Edgar has a proctologist. During the exam, he says, turn the other cheek. I mean, I just, like, you know, my gynecologist goes, there are my car keys. I mean, don't...
Well, I suppose in a job like that, they have to keep your sense of humor all the time.
I had one. I was giving birth to Melissa. The doctor took a rubber glove. Here's a farmer. Look what he's doing. I mean, it's like milking the cow. I don't need that. They take your thermometer. You're down a quart. I mean, just examine me. And I've been with doctors a lot because my cousin died. I shouldn't make a joke.
No.
You know, I had
I didn't know that.
my gay cousin in San Francisco.
Your gay cousin?
Yeah,
Passed away?
Passed away. And got, you know, it's funny, got very religious.
What? Yeah.
Before he died, he rewrote the Bible in his version. The forbidden.
Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when I can look back. Now, as I understand it so far, your gay cousin died in San Francisco, and before he died, he rewrote the Bible.
Yeah.
What was his version?
The forbidden fruit was called Danny.
The forbidden fruit was called Danny. No, that's not too difficult, is it? Once you start it, let us take a break here and compose yourself. We'll be right back. Got you tonight, didn't I? We're back with Joan Rivers. I must say publicly, you always compliment me on this show, telling you that you owe so much to the Tonight Show and so forth.
To you, not to the Tonight Show. To you.
I came over a couple of weeks ago to see you at the Improvisation. I had not seen you in concert for a while, and you were absolutely brilliant.
Well,
I've never laughed so hard in my life in a club at anyone, I don't believe.
Thank you, but I was so nervous because you were there.
Oh, you should have.
You were the first one to tell me I was funny.
I was crying. Anyway.
Get her off.
This cover here, this cover on Los Angeles Magazine gives me the impression, because it has to do with who to call when you're having house problems, the plumbers, painters, carpenters, that you are aware of all these things, and you...
I'm aware. I don't do them.
You don't do these things?
No, I'm aware who to call.
Oh, I see.
I don't care. Oh, please. He loses a button, sew up the hole. I don't kill myself. Oh, no. Kid wants a milkshake, trip a cow, or kip a cow. I don't kill myself. God wants different people to do different things.
Yeah.
Also, I'm from Beverly Hills. And Beverly Hills, the women are just different. You know, it's a very strange society here. A friend of mine was arrested, and they said you're allowed one phone call till they throw you in your cell. She called her interior decorator. I mean, it's just a different kind of world.
It's a different attitude out here.
It's too laid back, don't you think?
Mellow, laid back.
New York, I could see a guy like what do you call a flasher? The women would scream. Yesterday, Melissa and I walking down the street, we see a flasher. The ladies got their little embroidery hoops. They were playing ring toss. I mean, it's just like, that's it. Laid back.
It is a whole different thing here.
And everybody out here is a tramp. See, that's what I don't get. New York, where I was brought up, there were certain people. My friend Heidi Abramowitz.
Well, you talk about Heidi Abramowitz all the time. Now, how do you know? What do you mean she's a tramp?
What do I mean she was a tramp? A tramp. Her bedroom was known as the OK Corral.
Well, I mean, she might have been flirtatious.
Her legs were in the air more than Lindbergh. I mean, I don't get
A loose lady, eh?
But it wasn't just... See, I was the good girl in Larchmont High School. There were a lot of tramps in my class. We had one girl named Horizontal Helen.
Horizontal Helen?
Had nothing to do with geometry. Then we had a girl named Eggs Goldberg.
Eggs Goldberg?
Her real name was Iris. They called her Eggs because she went over easy.
Your class was replete with bad ladies, weren't they?
And then there was a girl named Brenda who used to sleep. Can I say sleep around? Used to sleep around with 70, 80-year-old men. Oh. Yeah. And they used to call her the Pop-Tart. And it was...
Weren't there any nice girls in your class? Just enough for this? Were you naive?
Oh, I was stupid. I knew nothing.
Well, there's a difference between naive and being stupid.
It's my mother's fault.
Didn't she tell you when you were...
Did your mother tell you the facts of life?
Well, come to think of it, I guess not, but I'm a little older than you are. And
thank you.
People felt more... They didn't feel comfortable, I think. Parents nowadays, I think, are a little more direct with their kids.
My mother, nothing. On my wedding night, she said, bring along something black and sexy. I took Diana Ross. I knew absolutely nothing.
Well, you see, you misread that whole thing.
I was sitting on the edge of the bed going, now what, puff, puff. And it's just...
Did she tell you at all about... Usually the scene you see in motion pictures is a mother calls the daughter in and says, now, it's your wedding night, and gives advice and...
All she told me was man gets on top, woman gets on the bottom. I bought bunk beds. I knew absolutely nothing. Zero. And he,
Wasn't Edgar a help?
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I'm the first live woman he ever had. Do you want to know something? He never said so. But on my wedding night, he kept trying to blow me up.
Well,
it's just, and mothers should tell their daughters.
Of course.
And like, see, I happen to be a great mother with Melissa. Knock on wood, because she's a fabulous kid. You know.
Yeah.
I should knock on. I'm not that superstitious. Are you superstitious? I'm not.
no, but if I'm walking down the street and I see a ladder, I'll walk around it. You know, rather than going under. So I guess, yeah.
I have a couple. I never see Gone with the Wind with a slave. I truly, don't ever spit in a fan. You know, there's certain basic things. Don't barb for apples with. There's certain things.
That's what you just don't do.
Oh, grow up.
Now, look, you were talking...
I'm not superstitious, though.
Yeah.
It's like out here, they're into everything. They're out into superstition. Astrology's very big out here now.
You believe in that?
No, well, I don't, but that's typical of a Gemini. It is just...
Of course, that's right.
I don't believe it. Some friend of mine waited to conceive a child so the child would be compatible in the month with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. See, I just, I could see Melissa because I gave up the coil. It was that simple. Oh, well, no, please. You ever get coiled out there? You sit on the bed, you bounce right off. I mean, it's crazy. You're going, get away from me. I mean, but I'm a good mother now. My kid's going to be 14, Joan.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Into dogs now, dogs and pets. Dogs and horses and pets.
Yeah, does she mean she jumps? So she's in the show?
She horseback while she jumps. You
Yeah.
know, we bought her a horse. The Gimp. It was an old race horse.
Oh.
The only reason they got it to start, they'd scream, "Just coming!" That horse was just...
Now, you've talked about your... Yeah, you got in trouble. I mean, a lot of times...
That was a joke.
You were talking about... Good, that takes us off the hook here.
Thank God.
You were talking about stewardesses once, and you were putting them down a little
Tramps.
bit. Well, no, you said... You seem to think that all girls, if they were beautiful,
Yes.
you know, did not have any smarts, were stupid.
Can we talk for a second? And
Sure, I have no place to go. I'm here.
I think God divides.
Yeah.
I truly believe this. I think if he gives you something like a talent,
Yeah.
he takes something else away. I think things are very evenly divided. I think if he makes you gorgeous, 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 he makes you stupid, stupid. I try. Oh, yeah, yes. The most beautiful girls are showgirls. Did you ever talk to a showgirl, John?
Not...
Oh, well, not since you're married. I mean,
That's right.
I mean, before you were married.
Yeah, between. Yes, I talked to her.
You better get a showgirl not say to her, spell MGM backward, quick!
Parallax.
I had a showgirl say to me, how come my brother has 2 sisters, I only have 1? I mean, they just... And I also think... I used to be very jealous of people that really were rich.
Really?
I
Money
think,
important?
Oh, money is wonderful, you always
Yeah.
think. But I think if God gives you a lot of bucks, I think he makes you ugly. Oh, you stop and think. The most rich women are about... Christina Onassis. Did you ever...
You're saying she's a bow wow? She's not,
bow wow?
not an attractive girl?
Her major in college was begging and fetching. A bow wow? Did you ever meet her? She has hair. She uses cream rinse on her chest. I never saw... the girl has to be prepped for a tattoo. It is not pretty.
Not pretty.
She uses deodorant on her forehead. This girl is not pretty.
I didn't know that.
And yet, sex appeal.
Yeah?
Married 3 times, which is,
That's
you
true.
know, yeah. I have no sex appeal.
Oh, now you keep
here we
saying
go.
that. Now, look at this cover. What are you
Yeah,
talking
that's
about?
been retouched. We discussed that.
Yeah.
If I want to get jumped, I have to call the AAA. I mean, I'm lucky, because I know about your sex life, I imagine, you know, because you're a very attractive man.
Well, that's nice
So
of
are
you to
you.
say.
But you're very attractive, because
Yes.
it's your show. You are...
You're very smart. Very smart, too.
I mean... I'm lucky, because I know you're 14 years now.
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I have sex once a month.
Yeah?
And I'm even luckier if I have it with a partner.
With a partner. Okay.
And that's because
Why is that?
I have no bassoon.
No presume.
Yeah.
That's one of your...
That's what... and Dolly Parton and I now have become very close,
Right.
which gets me crazy, because she's got...
Yes,
boobs. Oh,
She is.
God.
She is.
Jugonos. I mean,
She is a healthy girl.
Yeah, healthy, yeah. And very nice. Do you know her at all?
Of course.
Yeah, yeah. And people think she used to have children, you know. Yeah, she breastfed and they exploded. Isn't that... Poor children.
I've got to stop here. Just relax there. I didn't know that at all. They boom, boom, one after another. Tragic.
Where are the kids?
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay where you are. Thank you, Tom. We are back. My next guest I have not met. She is Japan's best-loved television personality. She's the host of 3 different shows that draw at least 35 million viewers. And this is her first appearance on American television. Would you welcome, please, Tetsuko Kuroyanagi.
To me in Japanese.
Really?
She said, "Konbanwa." Right. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy. This is the first time I appear on famous American television show, and glad to see you.
Konnichiwa.
I'm so happy.
That's... If it hadn't been for Shogun, I would have been completely lost.
Could I have something that you had it before?
Would you like that little foot? We have a little footstool. I'll put out there for you. How's that?
Automatic.
Automatic. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Very nice, but unfortunately someone pronounced my name. You did very well, and very beginning you did very well, but when you taught him, was wrong.
Oh. I'm so glad you said that. Tetsuko Kuroyanagi.
Yanagi.
I was right the first time then.
Yes. The first time he did the first time beautifully.
You corrected me, and I was right the first time, as is often the case.
Well, have a nice weekend.
Kuroyanagi means black willow tree.
Yes, you're very lovely.
Oh, thank you.
You're referred to in Japan as the Barbara Walters of Japan, I understand, which is quite a compliment.
But you mean compliment?
Well, that is... Well, in some circles, that would be considered a compliment. She's a very popular broadcaster here in America.
Yes.
And I know you're extremely popular in Japan. You do 3 different television shows?
I know it is very unusual here.
Yes, it is.
I have my own daily talk show, Monday to Friday, and I have Thursday evening, the best 10, which we call this the 10 top singer that week. I do MC. Good. 1 hour. And also I do with the symphony orchestra in Friday evening, 7:30.
So you have 3 completely different shows.
And 3 different type of viewers.
I see.
Some, of course, viewers are mixed, but...
Right. On Monday night, do you run the best of Tetsuko at all, or a repeat? That's kind of a local joke here, and doesn't translate too well. This does not leave you much time.
No, I do very well. My manager is very well organized, so I work 4 days a week. How many days you work?
It's just almost every day.
Oh, but...
Almost every day. No, I work Tuesday through Friday.
What do you do Monday?
Monday, I don't work on Monday.
Oh, why?
Well, you've never met Bombastic Bushkin. He is my manager.
Oh.
And, see, we've been doing this show for 20 years.
I know. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I heard about it.
Yeah, and after 20 years, the 5 days a week got a little too much, so we go back. How long is your show?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And you do that every single day?
Yes, but I tape.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What kind of viewers now? You say you have different viewers for each show. The the symphonic show.
The viewers?
Yes.
My talk show daily, it's afternoon. I do 1:15 to 2, so housewife and the doctors who working at home, and merchants. And the taxi drivers. or who is working in a bar, because they wake up at the midday. So these people, and the best to attend this pop show is young people.
Right.
But you mentioned 35 million people watch every Thursday evening. It's a very young generation to maybe 100 years old. And my symphony is people who like classic music.
That's incredible.
But
do you interview when you have American personalities in Japan? Do they come on your show?
Yes, when they if they have a good timing with me.
Right.
So very recently I asked Miss Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields?
Yes.
Yes.
And Mr. Yul
Brenner?
Yul Brenner and the pianist Alexis Weissenberg or Ali McGraw.
Mm-hmm. Ali McGraw. Right. Are those the most popular
yes.
personalities in Japan?
Yes. And also Olivia Hussey. Olivia Hussey came with her Japanese husband.
Would they know who I was in Japan?
No.
No, it's that Eastern diplomacy that is always good. No, of course they wouldn't know because my shows are not seen there at all.
But you are very, people told me that you are very famous here.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to be here.
All right. Do you have commercials on your show? Do you have to stop every so often and sell products?
Yes, my talk show and this pop show. But the other one, Symphony, is NHK is like a BBC, no commercials.
Well, we have to stop here for a moment.
Oh.
And then we'll be back, all right?
I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Stay where you are. Welcome back. I was complimenting you on your English. You learned that, you say, at a British high school in...
Yes, in Tokyo, but I didn't study. But I just listening what teacher teaching me.
You do very, very well.
Thank you very much. And I lived in New York 1 year.
In New York? That's before you had your television shows, or this is...
During. I decided to have a 1 year vacation.
Yeah.
And I lived there, and I studied little, and I watched people.
Many American television shows are seen in Japan, are they not? Television shows from this country? Are they not seen in Japan, some of our shows? Not this show. Like Dallas or some of the...
Colombo.
Yeah, that's seen, and they have to...
Many. I'm sorry if I say many, and if we don't see yours, it is...
No, that's all right. No, that's
sorry about the many.
No, I understand. Our show is very difficult to translate.
Yeah, exactly, that's why, yes.
Extremely difficult. Sometimes even difficult
because when
here.
you're talking, when you're both talking, I think it's very difficult to translate in Japanese.
Now, Joan was just saying, she leaned over to me and says, you know, she's not married.
She's so pretty. We have to fix her up.
No, you see, why do women always assume if somebody is not married that they should be married?
I know what people call matchmaker.
Matchmaker?
Yeah, that's what I am.
Oh, you're doing?
I would love to put people together.
Do they
find somebody then?
Somebody great for you, because you're so pretty.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do they have matchmakers in Japan?
Oh, yes. What we call go-between. They carry pictures and show.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like that.
Now, this little book you have, it's an illustrated book called Toto-chan.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And it's called The Little Girl at the Window. This has to do with your childhood?
Yes, only 6 years to 9 years old. I graduated a very, very unique primary school, and the principal was beautiful. He trusts children, and he kept telling me, you know, you're really a good girl. Right. Because I expelled from another school when I was 6 years old.
Why were you expelled?
It's a long story, so I want you to read it. But I was interested in many things. So the first day I went to school, I opened the desk 100 times because my desk at my home, my desk opened this way, but school opened this way. So I was very happy. So 100 times the teacher was very upset and don't open without purpose, without
a
reason. So I put everything inside, and when I need, for example, write A, then pencil, a notebook, and everything, then close like every time. So she was very upset. But next day, I satisfied. So I was at the window and I was looking outside. And especially, I love street musicians. So I talked to them, and when they coming, then the street was just beside our window. So when the street musician coming, I said to the other student, pupils, come. They are there. So everybody come to the window and they shout what we call Chindon-ya-san, street musicians. Chindon-ya-san. Then I ask them to play. So they play. So music, one place. All this time, teacher has to wait like that. So every day, many things. So she said to my mother, please take your child. We cannot. Right. That's why. Then I went to this next school. Then this is the one. And this principal, the second one, principal, kept telling me, you're really a good girl. All the time he kept telling me. So I thought I thought I'm a very good girl. So I said, yes, I am very good. But later, when I grew up, then I remembered he said, you really a good girl. Originally, you're a good girl, something like that.
Right.
It means I looked not good, but he found something good in me. Right. So, but I thought I'm a good girl, so it's helped. Otherwise, I'll be very much, drop out.
Yeah.
So,
that's what the story is about.
And, my classroom, it is so difficult to speak in English. I'm sorry.
Oh,
that's all. You do beautifully.
I am very popular for quick talker in Japan.
Why don't you do it in Japanese? There's a large Japanese population here in California.
Aha, but you don't understand.
I might be able to get the attitude, the feeling.
Then, 私の学校の校長先生が、私のことを、とっても